Oh, that's lovely.
So graceful.
His signature move, the Flying Dutchman. Poetry in motion.
And there it is, the baby bird.
Lines in politics that really just don't take hold. But to me, it feels like a lot of folks are interested in this attack line. So this is Google searches for weird. This is compared to the last 3 months. Look at this. It's up 22%. My God, over the last week. How about over the last 3 days? Searches for weird are up 32%. And of course, weird gets searched all the time, right? Because, you know, I'm weird, you're weird, etc.
No, you really are weird.
I really am weird, right? So when you see this kind of giant jump, you go to yourself, wait a minute, something is definitely driving this. People are interested in the word weird. And the question, of course, Kate Baldwin, is why are they interested in the word weird?
Answer me that question. Can't they be searching weird for non-political reasons?
They could be searching weird. They could be searching for me, for example. All right. Topics increasingly searched with weird on Google. These are the things that are increasingly linked to searches with weird. Look at that. Tim Walz, who you mentioned, who started that tagline. How about Make America Great Again? How about the GOP? How about J.D. Vance? So the fact is you're seeing these increases in searches for the word weird, and then the topics that are increasingly searched with the word weird are all political, all of which are attack lines that I don't think Republicans like, but of course Tim Walz absolutely likes. It shows that it is penetrating the zeitgeist, and it actually shows that it's a rare political attack that people are looking up online. And the fact is, we're still talking about it. And Tim Walz started this line like what? How long ago? Days ago? Weeks ago?
But here's the thing: there's no direct line yet to it's being said and it's pushing people to do X. Like it's being said and now less people are excited about Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. But what are they saying about, I mean, J.D. Vance is now in this.
Right. So the original thing, you know, was the idea that J.D. Vance was just a weirdo in the minds of a lot of Democrats. And I want you to
Childless cat ladies.
Childless cat ladies is
yeah.
Exactly right. Take a look here. J.D. Vance's net favorable ratings. Look, he was already the least liked VP nominee coming out of convention. You see that AP Newark earlier this month, mid-July, -5 points. The ABC News Ipsos poll, -6 points. But look at this week. So we basically have this timeline where we're able to show in very recent polling data, look at J.D. Vance's net favorable rating in AP Newark, dropping by 8 points to -13 points. How about ABC News Ipsos, dropping to -15 points? So it seems that the attack lines against J.D. Vance are working. And one of those big attack lines, of course, is the idea that he is weird. And it's definitely being increasingly searched with his name and obviously other things associated with Republicans and the effect.
But stay here. Stay here for 1 second.
You want to go back to this?
No. Stay where you are. Stay where you are.
Stay here.
Mid-July, a lot of people didn't know J.D. Vance.
Correct.
This week, people do know J.D. Vance.
Bingo.
But sometimes, isn't it in politics, that just once you get on a ticket, once you are no longer labeled a contender for, but you are the whatever, your favorability drops.
That may be true if we were to go months into advance, right? But if you look at folks like Sarah Palin, you look at folks like Dan Quayle, folks who went on to sort of VP infamy, all of them had net favorability ratings at +10 or better. The fact that he is so disliked so early on, to me, suggests that there's something unique about J.D. Vance. And it's not just the weird thing, but I think the weird attack line is absolutely having an impact. Folks just have a visceral dislike for him, as we see in these numbers right here.
I finally learned something from you, Harry. Thank you.
Finally. I would have thought through all these weeks, years, months.
Nope.
No, just weird.
Definitely not. Omar?
I promise you, this is not me making it up, by the way. The Trump campaign is in freefall. Short word would be crisis. Clearly, they have no idea what they're up to. The surprising thing is, they've only just realised it themselves when everybody on the outside could see this from some time ago. But what was happening previously, your likes of CNN and Fox were spending so much time trying to smear President Biden, trying to find something wrong with the Democrats, literally left, right and centre. Trump wasn't being questioned. He was literally carried on with all of his garbage, and the sycophants were lapping it up. Now we have Kamala Harris at the realm, and, well, things are changing. She is up in the polls. And when I say the polls, I'm not just saying some like because they say, oh, well, they're biased. These are Republican polls like Republican polls like Emerson. That's a Republican pollster. He has her up 5 points. You've got out-and-out Republicans. There's like some civil war going on. Dave Portnoy is a huge, big, if I pronounce his name wrong, he's a big Trumpy Trump Republican. He's called J.D. Vance a moron. Literally. And then you had apparently the reason that Trump got so annoyed and became so xenophobic, his words, his excuse, is because they wanted to fact check him in real time. What does that tell you? What does that actually tell you? That Trump, freedom, everyone says Trump's giving you freedom. He's even warning Google now. Well, there you go. Trump didn't want anybody fact-checking him in real life. So as he was saying something, as he was telling a lie, he felt so insecure that couldn't have anybody say, but actually, that's not true. That's why he didn't want to really literally go in front of the microphone. And when he did, he was quite rude. To me, flustered, past the sell-by date, very rude, very ignorant, all of those things. And now it's being exposed for everybody to see. And hey, we're only at the start of August.
So I'm like, oh no. So I call Trump and I'm like, hey, sir, what's going on? He's like, JD, you missed a very important phone call. And now I'm going to have to pick somebody else. And I like tense up and almost have a heart attack. And the crazy thing about it is my son, who's 7, is in the hotel room with me. And he's really into Pokemon cards right now. He's going through a Pokemon phase. Are you guys into Pokemon?
I am. Back in the day.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a big phase right now, I think, in general.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's really into it. So he's trying to talk to me about Pikachu. And I'm on the phone with Donald Trump. And I'm like, son, shut the hell up for 30 seconds about Pikachu. This is the most important phone call of my life. Please just let me take this phone call.
I'm not going to make a joke of this, but I will call him Carl Shittenhouse. People lost their lives, by the way, because of that guy's action. The MAGAs are having one of those really, this is probably in the history of how it started and how it's going, or how it finished. The MAGAs are having a bit of a Friday. Carl Shittenhouse has announced he's not going to vote for former guy. I told you there's civil war going on amongst them. And, former guy is now referring to him as what many people referred to him in the first place. And, see for yourself. I'll sit this one out. Feel free to leave a comment, though, yourself.
Hi, I'm Kyle Rittenhouse, Outreach Director for Texas Gun Rights. A lot of people are upset that I said I'm going to be writing in Ron Paul for President of the United States. And that is true. I will be writing in Ron Paul. Unfortunately, Donald Trump had bad advisors making him bad on the Second Amendment, and that is my issue. If you cannot be completely uncompromisable on the Second Amendment, I will not vote for you, and I will write somebody else in. We need champions for the Second Amendment, or our rights will be eaten away and eroded each day. I support my decision, and I have no take-backs.
Hey, machine, put up at the warrior. He's sending Mark back in time.
For the last 5 years, billionaires, not working families.
Now he's trapped in the past.
300,000 jobs in a
And only Dr. Brown can help him get back to the future.
What the world needs now is a Lord sweet love.
Let's remember who we are. We're the United States of America.